What's going on, America? Kev from Kevin's Corner, where I try to make sense out of nonsense. And I'm back. That's right, y'all. I'm back in full effect. So, hopefully, you are somewhere out there and was wondering, hey, what happened to Kev from Kevin's Corner? Well, nothing. I just been tired and, had to keep up with my sleep and my rest and stuff. So now, since I'm back, I'm trying to think how I want to do something here. Let me see. Push this back. Oh, nope, better not do that. Better leave well enough alone. All right, anyway, it is what it is. So people are saying, hey, Kev, what's happening? That's what I'm talking about. What's going on? People are chiming in from Florida. Okay, all right. Maz Queen, Susan Harris. All right, I see people checking in. I said, yeah, Kev is back. That's right. I'm back. And, of course, white is the new black. Y'all know that, right? The white is the new black. I've been following the stories, the last couple of days and, all kind of shenanigans going on around the country. But, boy, I tell you, man, that darn CNN, and we'll be talking about them in a quick second. It says Hunting Beach, California. Boy, I tell you, I'll exchange your weather, the climate, but that's about it. That's about it. Let me get the climate. But all the other stuff going on out there in Cali, yeah, you're on your own. Luciano in the house, Eagle Eye. I love your show, Kev. Thank you very, 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 very much. So now, I won't prolong the hour. Let's go ahead and get loose so I can get busy, y'all. Busy, y'all. Real gorilla. Real gorilla. Real gorilla. Gorillas in here. Gorillas in here. Yeah. Somebody said they got mad at Fake Crapper. Oh, I wonder why. Boy, I tell you, he's a handful, ain't he? So now, don't forget also to check out Kevin's Corner store, which the links are below each video. You can support the channel through that. Get yourself some merch, and that number on the screen, 330-974-4607, is the number you can text MAGA to, just in case they unexist me on here. Usually, if I fall off for a couple of days, you ain't got to worry. But, if it starts, getting more into that full week, things like that, then you might want to start, coming to check me out, find out what's happening, where I'm at. And then if you also want to support the channel through my Cash App or my PayPal link, you can do that as well. Y'all saw that? Y'all saw that before somebody distracted me. Nasty Pelosi. Did y'all see? Mushroom mouth bag of bones. Nasty Pelosi. I'll probably save her for tomorrow. But yeah, she was special, man. Got on there. She didn't want to talk about her money, did she? She like, don't be all up in Nasty's business. Okay? All right? My business too nasty for you to be in. Now, getting back to what I was saying, though. You can support the channel through my PayPal link or my Cash App, or just simply contributing in the Super Chat if you like. Now, let's go ahead and find out what's been going on. I know I'm a little late on a couple of these stories, but let's start off with this.
This is CNN, the Network of Channel Broadcasting System.
Yep, that's what they need to do. Right there. They need to do that to CNN. Every single outlet, every building that they own, bring in a wrecking ball. I came in like a wrecking ball. That's right. I like to be the foreman responsible for tearing down every single CNN facility. I come out with the big hard hat and everything. The dynamite. I want to be the guy that pushes that thing down to blow it up. But yeah, let's go ahead and see what CNN is reporting, because Fake Crapper, watch this.
Fake, disgusting news.
Yeah. Look what they were saying last month.
Key questions for the American people and the world are simply about the degree of success of the operation and the current state of Iran's nuclear weapons program. And what the intelligence, not the politicians, what the intelligence reveals.
Y'all hear that?
Taxpayer money.
Oops. Watch it. So sorry about that. Yeah. Y'all hear Fake Crapper? Talking about
simply about the degree of success
of
the operation and the current state of Iran's nuclear weapons program. And what the intelligence, not the politicians.
Not the politicians. All right, you see that? So now here is that the intelligence says, not the politicians. So now, fake crapper, this was back in the day, a couple months ago when, the Iran attack, took place and CNN came out trying to undermine it. And then he had to come out and try to run cover for it. Now, here's my question. When it comes down to CNN, MSNBC, and all the rest of them, do they think they actually got this hidden about their agenda, their goal? I mean, do they really think folks don't see through them? Folks aren't aware of their propaganda, or they just don't care? One or the other. I mean, I think it's to the point, it's like, all right, everybody, especially in Magaland, all know that we're fake. All know that we're phony. We got an agenda, but we're just going to keep going like we don't even recognize that they recognize that we're fake. So, yeah, here he is trying to clean up a mess a month ago as he's talking about how CNN got a responsibility to report accurate news.
It's what the intelligence reveals. Our obligation as journalists is not to praise President Trump or protect his feelings or to disparage him or to praise him for that matter.
Okay.
Our obligation is to report facts. Our obligation is to report facts.
Facts. Report facts. Are you kidding me? So let's go ahead and see how their obligation is going.
Report facts.
We'll see about that.
Yes, we will. Yesterday afternoon, which was a couple of days ago. Oh, well, look at this. Wow. 4 dead, including the NYPD officer.
This is from New York City. A gunman captured right there on surveillance images. This gunman appearing, Giovanna, to hold what appears to be maybe an assault rifle.
Now, wait a minute. You know what? My eyes aren't the best these days. I don't have my eagle eyes anymore. But I'm pretty sure that that's a brother, the jungle. I'm pretty sure either he's a brother or he's a Middle Eastern or something. But I know what he isn't. He's not a Caucasian man walking around. All right. So now, if I'm able to see that and recognize that right there with my own eyes. Now, you got to understand, CNN got a history of telling you the opposite of what your own eyes see. Y'all all saw the clips. I just want to be clear that these are mostly peaceful protests. That black kid out there. So now let's go ahead and see, because right now I'm calling in the APB. The suspect right now is a black male with sunglasses. He's about maybe 5'9", 5'10". Be on the lookout. That's what I'm doing. But then all of a sudden you hear this come across the news, and then you're baffled. Watch it. Let's see what happens. Looks like a brother to me. Yeah.
Showing you here, John's reporting that they do know what he looks like. Male, possibly white, mustache, sunglasses.
Male, possibly white. Now, remind me, don't bring CNN into a lineup to identify witness. Okay, he was about 4'2", actually about 7'1". He was very, very pale skin, actually from Nigeria, full-blown black. He was very, very fat. The dude's tall and skinny like a Reach toothbrush. But I think that's pretty much him right there. They'll get somebody thrown in jail. You can't rely on these folks right here. So he's possibly white. Now, why did you go there? Why did they immediately just say he's possibly white instead of waiting to see what he looks like? Here's my question. Who told him, or them rather, that he was possibly white? Who told him that? Because I guess the description had already gone out. The picture had went out. Everybody could see the darn picture. What made them come up with he's possibly white?
That building isolated they believe, to various locations, including upper floors.
They do not know who he is.
Okay.
They know he is a male, possibly white.
There it is again. There it is again. I thought my mind was playing tricks on me. I sit alone in my four-corner room staring at candles. They want our mind to play tricks on us. At night I can't sleep. I toss and turn. Candlesticks in the dark. Visions of bodies being burned. So now, this person I thought about the male possibly white. Now, you know they hurting bad. When they saw that picture, they was like, oh, we almost had a beautiful segue into going after them guns. Now, you notice you haven't heard any Democrats get on TV whining about they want to get the assault weapons off the street. No, why not? Because that was a black man with that gun. Notice the news ain't talking about this. Is a great segue into talking about the possible need for more gun restrictions. Nah, it didn't meet the right profile. He was a brother walking around with that bad boy. So what did they do? They tried for a split second, as if this was going to stand, to suggest that he was possibly white. Now, why not come out and say possibly black? Oh, no, that don't fit. That don't fit. Because we all know if that was a white dude right now who did that, boy, I tell you, we would have non-stop coverage of gun legislation that we need to go ahead and Congress needs to come back from recess so we can pass a bill to more restrictions for it will be all of that. But because it was a brother, CNN, their gut reaction, possibly white, unbelievable.
He's wearing sunglasses. He appears to have a mustache. They know he is a male, possibly white.
Well, I tell you what, though, I'll be able to get off with a lot of crimes if that's the way CNN is reporting. That's right. I might as well go on a bank robbing spree, and wait for CNN to give a big fat mixed identification. The male was blonde haired with blue eyes. He had a whole head full of blonde hair. It's obvious that he's a white man. Very, very thin. I'll be like, yeah, please, CNN, run cover for me. Run cover for me. Unbelievable, possibly. Now, no one yet is to ask them, how did y'all conclude that? And what would motivate you to come out and say possibly white? Because, see, if you didn't hear it from, say, the police over the scanner, if you didn't look and reference his picture, because, I mean, obviously, if that's what you're going after, if that's what you are basing your statement of him being possibly white off of, then you're either extremely dumb or extremely evil. You saw that brother right there and said, you know what, let's just go with it and just say, look, they're possibly white. Because unless somebody told them that we're looking for a possible white man, why would you jump the gun and go out there and say that? Or did you not see his picture and you just assume if it's a person that's using this type of weapon, this type of shooting, then he's possibly white? Is that it? That's what y'all wanted it to be. That's what it is.
Our obligation is to report facts.
We also have learned that the suspected gunman in that shooting has ties to Southern California. Police say the suspect was...
Look at that possibly white man right there. Y'all see that? How did he get that white man here to go ahead and lock up like that? I don't understand that. Most of the time, white guys can't rock those dreadlocks. That's all I'm saying. Boy, and then I forget, he is out there, I guess, in Los Angeles, Las Vegas, or somewhere, wherever he's from. And it's pretty hot. It's pretty hot. I'm going to try to go through my liberal logic to try to justify why we would conclude that he's possibly white. So it's a man who was rocking a sideshow bob hairstyle, and he's probably really tanned, considering he lives out there in the desert, pretty much. Let's continue. Back to you, fake crapper. So that's a possibly white man.
Shane Tamura. Here's a look at him.
Listen to that possibly white name, too. Shane Tamura. Yep, possibly white. All the way around.
Possibly white.
I don't know. Based on the size of that possibly white nose, I don't think that's a possibly white man. See, you know, when you're the brother, it goes this way. When you're a white man, it goes this way. See? Yeah, it's the difference in the noses. That this spreads it out when you're a brother and stretches it out when you're a white guy. But so he got the possibly black nose. That's what he got. Oh, and so with that being said, you can't hate the media enough. And I found a clip of Steve Bannon illustrating that. I guess he was on NPR and they were asking him something stupid. And he vocalized the reason we all despise the fake news. Let's see what Bannon. I haven't shown Bannon on my show for a long time. What does Bannon have to say to this stupid reporter asking questions?
And the rhetoric about the judge, because a lot of lawyers say, you know, all of the rhetoric, calling for impeachment, the radical left lunatic, that this rhetoric it shouldn't, that's not the type of thing the president should say. He should appeal. He should abide by the court ruling and not.
Listen, what about?
Oh, y'all hear that? Yeah, that's what they was interviewing him and talking to him about the president that has these problems with these judges, these radical judges out there and stuff, and he vocalizes it. And they want to act like that the president shouldn't be like that when it comes down to, dealing with these radical judges and these people using lawfare, and he should just go through it quietly and take his licking and just let them continue to beat up on him and abuse him without saying something. That's what he should do. That's what he should do. Versus what the left does when they don't get along with what a judge says. And Bannon's going to have to remind this guy. And you'll wonder why they got defunded.
Oh wait, was there any complaint from PBS or was there any complaint by the Democrats on the rhetoric used against the judges when the Roe v. Wade decision came out and they had to have police protection at their houses? I don't remember anything about the rhetoric being too high. You guys are so phony on the face of it. This is why we're defeating the left. The American people, as they see this, they go, these guys are a bunch of lying scumbags, which you are, a bunch of lying scumbags.
Oh, right to their face. Bunch of lying scumbags. That's what you are. After watching that CNN clip and many, many, many more out there, that's what we've concluded. And yet they still think they have it hidden. All the little stinking, sneaky tactics that they use, when doing interviews with conservatives or they're doing their roundtables, their hit pieces, when they ask their questions and they come across pretending that, the people wants to know. What do you say? What do you say to people that think that you guys are focused on this Obama made up story and stuff like that? Because it's obvious it's made up because we all know Obama is spotless. He's clean. What do you say to people who think this is nothing more than a distraction from the Jeffrey Epstein the saga? And I go, are people saying that or are you saying that? They think they got all of the little tactic hidden. And I'm saying, wow, y'all are transparent. It's like a kid who thinks they are manipulating their parent and the parent sees right through it. Sees right through it. And the kid thinks, I'm getting away with this. That's right. My mama would see through all of my little tactics to manipulate the situation. Wake up in the morning, don't want to go to school, overreacting, faking seizures, pop a couple of Alka-Seltzers in the mouth, start foaming. I better take you to the emergency room. Looks like you're dying. Oh, no, I'm okay. I don't need to go there. I'll just go ahead and seize out on the floor here. Just don't make me go to school. I can recover. Got a big fat test, huh? Yeah, I figured. So let's go ahead and see what falls out though here with Steve.
You try to terrorize Supreme Court justices over a decision that didn't go your way.
Yeah, absolutely. And mom was the word when it comes down to the fake news and, of course, all of the Democrats. They made excuses for all of that nonsense. The lawless party made excuses. Now, understand, as much as Trump was being persecuted, he never told anybody to go out and start protesting these judges, go to their houses, show up at the jobs, dox them, none of that. We all just looked at this for what it was. It was lawfare. We looked at it as a coordinated attack from the fake news, the Democrats, and all of them. We all saw that. And we always sit back and just watch it and go, they pushing it, man. It's obvious that these attacks are coming from, coordinated place, a conspiracy, if you will. But we don't do nothing about it. We wait to see if things are going to work out. But no, not the left. Not the left. Nope. They go ahead and get on Facebook and make it very obvious. Very obvious. You know what? Somebody said you must have been a beautiful baby. Oh, well, thank you very, very much. Yeah, I was all right. No, actually, I probably was an ugly baby. I only got one baby picture. One baby picture. Yeah, my mama, when I came out, she's like, oh, my God, my baby's ugly. I don't want nobody to, no, don't take no pictures. One baby picture. But anyway, I'm sorry about that. I got distracted. Now, let me get back to what I was saying. Somebody said Russia. All of that stuff. We sat back and we watched Trump have to go through that. We had to go through that. And yet all of their minions go out and tear up stuff and burn down stuff and everything, and yet at the same time they still say Trump's inspiring violence, the right is the most radical, and I'm going, y'all really think we don't see through this garbage? Y'all really do? So now, let's move on to some more garbage, okay? Here we go. California. Speaking of California, y'all. Oh, yeah. I'm going back to Cali. Cali. I'm going back to Cali. Man, I don't think so. I'm going back to Cali. I'm going back to Cali. Man, I don't think so. Her bikini small, heels tall. She said she liked the ocean. Show me the beach. I gave her a peach and pulled out the suntan. I'm going. So now, let's go back to Cali and see what's going on out there. The American way. Right back where we started.
Fed up, Angelinos say something has to change.
Yeah.
They say too many street takeovers keep...
You see that? Man, looks like a place I want to visit. Y'all see those monkeys right there? Yeah, see, I can say that because, I'm black. And but see, if a white man said that, then they'll take it literal. He really was referring to them as monkeys, these black people. No, their behavior. That looks like a whole bunch of monkeys.
They say too many.
Look at that. That is monkey behavior. Jumping on top of cars, burning them up for what? For what? Now, what burns me up about this, instead of disciplining these people to where it discourages them to conduct this stuff in public, right? Just like that, just right out in public. Instead of jumping on their butts like spider monkeys and throwing them in the slammer so we won't be seeing stuff like this, they allow this mess to go on. And I'm saying, hey, what burns me up about this, most likely under those hoods and masks, they're brothers. I don't like to see the brothers out there acting the fool like that. I hold them to a high standard. However, Democrats hold them to a low standard. They make excuses for their behavior. They sit back and they don't punish them properly for their behavior. So what they're doing is they're making provisions for this type of stinking thinking and behavior. Yeah, see, so you don't want to encourage this by not dealing with this type of behavior. Look at this, man. This is straight welcome to the jungle. We got fun and games.
Street takeovers keep turning into looting sprees, and it's local businesses that are paying the price.
It's all over the city. It's everywhere. It's not just here. It's everywhere.
Y'all see those monkeys?
I say that's the California way. Later that same evening.
New at 10, city crews painted the 2nd Street tunnel, only to see vandals paint graffiti all over it in less than 24 hours.
You got to be kidding me. So that's what they're doing with their money out there in California? Y'all go ahead, repaint the little tunnel in less than 24 hours. These knuckleheads come back out there and paint the graffiti over it again. Now, where are the cops? How are you able to sit back and do that comfortably? My painting would look like scribble scrabble because I would be nervous that the cops are coming, but not there. I'd be over there like, okay, who's that? What is that? A cop? That. But no, not these guys. They had time enough to create art in that tunnel. Let's see. Here we go.
Oh, Susan, it didn't take long at all for this to happen. Go ahead and take a look. You might be able to see if you take a zoom in on where the city came in and painted this tunnel. There's that line of paint, the difference in color there. And then taggers had other ideas. Tug of war now underway in downtown LA. The city just cleaned this up. Ah, man, do it over. Do it again and again and again.
Y'all see? That little small version of Bob Marley. No, man, do it over, man. Do it over again and again and again. Keep wasting money again and again and again. Now, maybe if you guys crack down on crime, you wouldn't have to worry about these guys coming right back out there and doing this graffiti and stuff like that. Yeah, maybe if y'all could handle business out there in LA, where we got Florida Evans Afro walking around talking about we don't need the National Guard and Trump sending out there. Maybe if y'all would use the money to increase your police force, fire department, places like that, and unleash them to go into that tunnel and lay the hammer down. Yep, that's right. Snag all of these people. How in the world can these folks create all of that art in 24 hours with nobody impeding them? Nobody impeding them. Or maybe all that money y'all using to Trump-proof the state and stuff like that. Y'all probably couldn't. Y'all probably couldn't to use enough police force to go down there and stop this.
City painting over graffiti in the 2nd Street tunnel, but this video less than 24 hours later shows
Look at them. Look at all those street artists. Boy, they're like the ants that I always use my illustration. Yeah, I was an ant hill stomper when I was a kid. Saw ant pile and I had to do it, y'all. I'm like, okay, these ants done spent all summer building this nice little ant hill. What are those ant hill for anyway? There's a whole bunch of looks like sand or something that is built into a little cone or something. But yeah, what do? I go over and kick that sand all around. And those ants don't pause for 1 second. They just start rebuilding immediately. And they don't even stop for a second to go, geez, oh, you know how long it make? Man, come on, y'all. Nope, not them. It's like they didn't even recognize the fact that I just destroyed their anthills. But these guys, same thing. Yeah, all right, well, they repainted it. Let's go right back out. They probably were on their way into that tunnel as the guys who just repainted that was leaving. Leaving out. Oh, great job today, guys. Let's go ahead and hit the showers. Let's go. And as they're leaving, these knuckleheads are coming in. Look at them in the middle of the tunnel, painting, having a good time.
Dozens of taggers back at it, spray painting again.
Within the same day, the same night, you just see a mob of people just came through and started doing their thing.
This tagger choosing to hide his identity for his work here.
For his work there. Yeah, they're interviewing one of the criminals. There it is, his work. They call that work. See, they call that work. Now, in a liberal state or city, of course, they're going to make excuses for these people. So obviously, these are underprivileged people who didn't have arts and crafts when they were younger and in school. So this is the way they express themselves to show their talent. And we have to respect that. We have to respect that. They will make excuses for this mess. So there it is, guys. That's California. Maybe the cops is going to come in and arrest them. Let's see.
Wrong, you get in trouble, but it's like a stress reliever at the same time.
What the hell did you just say?
This tagger choosing to hide his identity for his work here.
Yeah, it's wrong. You get in trouble, but it's like a stress reliever at the same time.
There you go. Stress. There it is.
Lock him up. Put him in the goddamn prison.
Right.
5 years.
Roughly quarter-mile long tunnel blanketed by words, symbols, and characters.
A quarter of a mile long. Characters, symbols, and stuff like that. Who does this? I mean, you know the boldness you have to be there. You see all those cars going by? This ain't a remote area. Cali, baby. This is a very populated area, and it appears that this is a main tunnel because all you see is cars going by. Nobody stopped in their car. They probably said, man, no need for me to call the police out yet. 911. The tunnel that you guys just painted over. Yeah, they're back. They're back. Hello? Is this 911? Hello? That's probably what would happen. Yeah, they're probably down there celebrating their art.
Well, empty spray cans now litter the curb. What do you want to tell people that are against this?
Wow. They don't even clean up the mess. Right over the shoulder. Empty spray cans all over the place. Nobody's going to go grab one of those cans to get some fingerprints. I'm just wondering. Nobody's going to use the cameras inside of the tunnel to find out who these people are, triangulate their cell phone signal. Because, modern dumb criminals don't realize that your cell phones can be tracked. And they got us so addicted to these things, you probably would take it to the crime. I'm about to rob this bank with my cell phone streaming to Facebook. All right, everybody, I'm going in. Everybody get on the ground. Y'all see me? Y'all see me? No idea that these folks could be tracked. Now, wait, you could find all of those J6ers. That's right. They was able to track them down. But these guys, nope, these street artists.
I mean, I understand. I understand they see it as vandalism or whatnot, but it's, a lot of people
I also see it as an artistic expression.
Do you hear that? That's the justification. I understand that people look at it as vandalism or something, but a lot of people look at it as an artistic expression. That's what that is. So now let me come to your crib and paint on the side of your house. Hey, dude, what are you doing? Expressing my artistic nature. Man, that's vandalism. No, it's not. It's artistic expression.
In some cases, taggers were likely here for hours. Just take a look at this.
Hours? Look at that! Did they have a lookout? They have no lookout? So wait, you got your back turned. Your back turned. You're not able to see if cops are coming. That right there takes a while to make. I don't know about you. Look like the man probably had to bring a ladder. You see how high this is? They probably came in and set up shop. All right, then turn my radio on, okay? Put the ladder up there. I'm gonna start at the top, do a little shadowing right there, the contouring, okay, right there. How am I doing on time? Unbelievable, man. I almost want to go visit it. Almost want to go to California just so I could ride through that tunnel to see that. Like, we're going to see some art, kids. All right, everybody in the holiday roll. Yeah, that's right. Wally's World. So now, that right there has become an artistic tunnel that took at least a good 2 hours for that painting right there to take place. Look at that! Look at that! Where were the cops? I mean, even if nobody called the cops, the amount of time and the amount of people that was in there doing that, surely a cop would have had to ride through there doing his basic route or whatever. No cop rolled through there and saw all of these street artists.
I actually was there when the cops were rolling up and they were like, yo, can you not do that? Because they were stopping people one by one.
There were the cops. Yo, can you not do that? So I wonder what the criminal said. Nope. Yeah, I'm sorry, it's greater than us. Unbelievable.
Everyone was trying to finish their art real quick. Last year, an abandoned skyrise downtown also became the center of a vandalism debate, becoming known as graffiti towers.
Graffiti towers. That's right. I'm done. I mean, when it comes down to California, New York, Chicago, I don't know. I mean, do you leave them to their own devices? Unbelievable right here. So, buildings, tunnels, you name it.
It's the latest battle between taggers and the city.
Brand new canvas, right? You're just wasting taxpayer money on paint and materials, and it's gonna be the same thing.
Wasting taxpayers' money. Vandaling and materials, it's gonna be the same thing, so they just give up. That's what it is right about now out there. It's like, man, look, dude, just give up, man. Turn the city over to the vandals, to the criminals, to the radical protesters, to the illegals. Just go ahead and just surrender. Abandon ship. They need to be calling for Broken Arrow. They need to be asking the president to send some folks in there because we lost control. We've lost contain. Broken Arrow, please. Boy, I tell you, Cali, come on.
So we reached out to the mayor's office as well as LAPD for comment on this situation.
Let's see what Mayor Florida Evans Afro has to say.
So far tonight, we haven't heard back.
Meanwhile,
We also are going to have a reinstitution of the Angelino card, something that Mayor
What's
Garcetti
that?
started during COVID that will actually provide cash assistance to people. Because, you have people who don't want to leave their homes, who are not going to work, and they are in need of cash.
She is giving out free cash, just cash to illegals.
Absolutely unbelievable.
Absolutely. Unfreaking believable. There you go, guys. So you waste your money on painting over the tunnel for them to only come and tear it up the day after. Right after they're leaving, they're coming in. And what are you doing? Handing out cash to illegals. That should be against the law. But see, here's the thing. If the Californians don't punish these people, if they don't rise up and go down to their town hall meetings and say, what the heck? I saw you on TV talking about you're handing out cash to these illegal. They need to start posseing up like those people up there in Chicago who be coming to those mayor meetings and letting Mayor Conehead have it. The nerve of this chick, man. So wait, let me get this straight. Me as an illegal immigrant who shouldn't be in the country could make a phone call talking about I'm scared to go to work. I saw Tom the Holman Hammer walking around with the ice. They're locking people up and disappearing us. They're disappearing us. I was wondering, can I have some of the Angelino card? Yeah. You are Mexican, right? See? I don't know. You look like that black guy from Kevin's Corner. No, I know. I don't watch him. I never heard of him. I just want that Angelino card. Well, I guess black is the new Mexican. So, fine. Here's that card. But you better not be lying to us, right? You got any ID to prove who you are? No? Okay, well, good. Here you go. Enjoy. Let's continue.
Join us in California.
No, my brother.
I ain't doing that. I'm not stupid.
Boy, I tell you, man. Okay, now wait a minute, guys. This is a serious moment here. Because, see, we've been warned for months now that tariffs were going to ruin the country. Yeah, so now let's go ahead and see how the tariff king is doing. Let's see, here we go.
You say tariffs is the most beautiful word to me in the dictionary?
We should all be terrified because this is a president who has destabilized the world order in terms of our own national security interests as well as our economic security. Look, at some point, we do have to revisit the conversation that this is a president who is unstable and increasingly unwell.
Unstable and unwell. Now, how do you get up there and you make these statements right here on a network? Oh, shoot, I forgot. Look at that. It's MSNBC. I mean, of course you can get out there and say he's unstable, he's unwell. We missed all of that, though, with, of course, Creepy Sleepy. We never caught his instability and all of that stuff. No, not him. So Trump, of course, we should be terrified, and he's unstable and unwell. Nobody ever goes back to these people and say, hey, remember a couple months ago when you were saying this? How do you feel now? So Trump is supposed to be unstable and unwell. He is the most stable, unstable person I've ever seen. Got to be the healthiest, most active, unwell person that I've ever seen. But let's continue listening to this montage of nonsense.
Where the small players get pushed out. That's the lesson of tariffs. They don't work.
All of this is a negative for the U.S. economy.
Because these tariffs are bad economic policy.
We're supposed to trust this guy because he wrote The Art of the Deal. That's it. You ever say, I got the book, The Art of the Deal. Yeah, that's why we're supposed to trust him. You ever look at chapter 9 in The Art of the Deal? It's about how smart Trump is.
Just your bottom line on this formula, is it good or no?
Yeah, so the formula is definitely not good. You know, that was the point I was making.
Yeah, that formula is definitely not good. You need a formula to put some bass in your voice. Helium times treble equals negative base squared. That's what he got. No base.
Even the derivation of the formula, no matter what they do with it, I think it is not good trade policy.
Tariffs don't work. Economists have said that for years. Now we're in a case study. We're living in a case study of how tariffs don't work.
Huh. Now, I know one thing that don't work. Communism, socialism, things like that. But the Democrats love that. They practice that stuff right there. But this lady right there, they don't work. We're living in it now. See, they brought all these people on, of course, to do what they always do. Assume that whatever Trump is going to do is going to turn out horrible, or to scare everybody into thinking that that's what's going to happen. And he's crazy, he's unhinged, all that stuff. But they always fail to wait to see the fallout. See, they get out there prematurely trying to scare everybody. And then all of a sudden, when it turns out that Trump was right, mom is the word.
But we finally need to acknowledge we have someone at the wheel of the global economy that is blackout drunk right now.
Now you hear Lex Luthor right there talking about some blackout drunk. I mean, these folks sound ridiculous now. Scaring everybody. This is how the Trump derangement syndrome works. You see these networks going out that way. You know what? Now, when everything changes, I wonder if they go back and clean it all up. So that folks that's out there scared that they're going to lose their 401k and they're going to lose all my food stamps and everything's going to go crazy because Trump and his tariffs. I wonder if they come back out there and say, we apologize. We were wrong. But no, not them, because see, their job isn't to wait until the results come in. It is to jump out there and create false narratives, fear, false evidence appearing real, and all of that stuff. And then hope that your viewers have a short-term memory when things turn out opposite of what you're saying.
Yeah. And he doesn't drink. No deals. There are no deals. I mean, it is Charlie Sykes like Mexico paying for the wall. I mean, Mexico never paid for the wall. There was very little wall ever built.
Now, haven't they learned? Well, if you were a betting person, why are you betting against Trump at this point? Do you understand how many times he's proven these people to be wrong? How many times have he overcome obstacles? I mean, it's almost like they want to see the country fail because they were rooting for this to fall. When they were all pushing this propaganda out there, yeah, they were hoping that he has a horrific presidency and all of this stuff that he's implementing falls to pieces so they can all go out there talking about, see, told you y'all should have voted for Kamala Harris. Can you imagine the problems that we would have right now if she actually would have won? Boy, it's fearful to think of.
There are no deals. There are, as Justin just said, there are no deals. I mean, that is a factually accurate statement.
There's no doubt about that. That is a very good point.
I know what the hell I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. And you know what I'm doing, too. That's why you vote for me.
That's right.
Deals in 90 days.
Because the rest of the world has it so good that they're dragging their heels. But the president will not allow that.
Are we just making things up now? I mean, 90 days and 90 deals in 90 days didn't happen. Now that it's not happened, is it because people are coming to us or because they're not coming to us?
Well, Peter Navarro very much has a perspective. He's not really interested in deals. He would like to have high tariffs. That's his. He is in the minority view in this administration right now, but that is his perspective.
3 weeks later.
Uh-oh. Whenever you hear that 3 weeks later, 2 days later, we already know. The opposite of what these people were just saying is now occurring. So let's see.
Let's take you live to Turnberry now, where in the last few minutes, President Trump has announced that the US and EU have reached a trade deal. Let's listen to what the president has had to say.
Yeah, let's hear.
So I just want to congratulate you. I think it's great that we made a deal today instead of playing games and maybe not making a deal at all. I think it's. I'm going to let you say it, but I think it's the biggest deal ever made. Thank you very much. Congratulations.
Oh, snap! Dagger in the heart. All we do is win, win, win. So now y'all see that? Yeah. And Trump, he still be kind of rubbing it in, even when he wins. You better have made the deal. I think you did the right thing. You're smart enough to realize that betting against the U.S. right now was kind of stupid. Yep, there it is. That is the European Union right there, going ahead and doing a deal here. But everybody talked reckless at first. You noticed that? There was a lot of countries out there talking reckless. In the media, instead of supporting and backing our president, they all sided with them. Now they all look dumb.
Many countries have. They've ripped us off left and right.
So what are we going to do about that,
But
Trump?
now it's our turn to do the ripping.
Wanna see me rip it? Wanna see me right? Give me just the tariff of your time tonight. We both are here to raise some funds, so let it rip. Oh yeah, that's right. I made that up right now off the top of my head. Now, with that being said, rip it, baby. I'll rip it right. Let's rip it.
On the president's own turf.
Thank you very much. Congratulations.
One battle in the tense trade war over. A much anticipated deal between the US and Europe reached at Mr. Trump's private club in Scotland today.
What? So he invited them to his crib in their country? Man, Trump's a boss, man. There'll never be another one like Donald Trump. I'm going to get a couple holes in. I'll wait for you guys to come to meet me at my crib. Then we'll go ahead and discuss how we're going to go ahead and rip you guys. Here it is.
Well, it's a very big deal. It's the biggest of all the deals.
We have a trade deal between the two largest economies in the world. And it's a big deal. It's a huge deal. The White House says the president paused his private golf outing here to meet with the EU Commission president at her request.
Wow. So let me understand this. He goes there to golf and it's like, all right, I guess I could slide you in for a quick ripping. Come on in. Soon as she signed that deal, you rip. So now she comes and signs this deal, of course. And then you think it ends there? Trump not to mention, was out there still over in Europe as he's doing these deals, but yet also talking about how they got a horrible immigration problem. They're not gonna, their country ain't gonna be looking. I mean, and they just like crumble when they're around him. Talk a big game when they're not. But then they get around him and, you know what, actually, you're actually, we're promoters of free speech. No, you're not. No, you're not. We're just making sure that everyone, Trump don't care. He'll sit back, make a deal with you, but then insult your whole country on some other stuff. Like, yeah, y'all need to get your immigration issues together. And yeah, y'all need to go ahead and implement true free speech. Now, let me finish ripping you. I'm gonna rip you multiple ways. Rip you with the tariffs, then rip you verbally about how you guys are running the country. Backpedaling on freedom of speech and opening up the full-blown country to all these illegal immigrants. And it's gonna come back to bite you guys. Gonna come back to bite you. It already has.
Ursula von der Leyen represents the 27-country alliance, among the largest U.S. trading partners. It will bring stability. It will bring predictability. That's very important for our businesses on both sides of the Atlantic.
There are no deals. I mean, that is a factually accurate statement.
So it's a good deal. It's a huge deal.
Yeah. Yep, that's right. 15% for you guys, 0 for us. 0 for us. Well, actually, we was wondering if you wouldn't mind just paying at least maybe 5%. Nope, 0. Okay, what about 3? 0%. I see. Maybe 1% just for good faith? No, not even 1. 0. Okay, I'll accept that. How much do we have to pay? 15. And you have to pay how much? 0. Okay, what about 0.5%? Nope. I said 0, man. You're gonna make me go negative. We're paying negative 0 to the 0th power. Okay. Now don't make me. Okay, fine. We'll take it. So they took the deal, y'all. Boy, I tell you, they couldn't get this car salesman to go ahead and come down off that price. I tell you, cause you think you could come down maybe, $100? I mean, come on, the car's what, $25,000? Yep. I give you $24.50. All right, how about $24.75? 25. Fine. And they took it.
Was tough negotiations. I knew it at the beginning, and it was indeed very tough, but we came to good conclusions for both sides.
I think that Congress should take over negotiations. Let me tell you, you don't negotiate like I negotiate.
So now we are
darn tootin'. Look at the results of this night. Now, I'm wondering if all the dummies still focused on USAID and Jeffrey Epstein and then Trump and all of his. He's mentally declining and these bad deals and the economy's going to flop and Trump did this and Trump did that. I wonder if they're able to even see what's going on right up under their noses. See, right up under their noses. All of these dummies running around. Trump's ruining stuff like the first time that he won. And I'm saying America is booming, but y'all are so blinded by a false reality that has been downloaded into your brain, you're not able to enjoy it. We're out here at the party like it's time to come together. It's up to you. What's your pleasure? And everybody on the left is leaning up against the wall, talking about this music sucks. And we up here like, it's a vibrant thing, doom, doom, doom. It's a vibrant thing, special girl, real good girl. Biggest thing in my itty bitty world. We're having a great time. Hands in the air. And they're up in there party pooping, boom, boom. I'm saying y'all don't understand how great this party. Y'all don't see the, confetti and all of that. All of the punch, the stuff that they make when you was growing up, that jungle juice that you didn't know what it really was. Sitting there like, well, what is this stuff? And it had the little fuzz on top, the foam. It only shows up at picnics. I'm like, what is that? This is a secret little small human that brings out that punch bowl only at picnics. You don't see that drink any other time, except at picnics. Going, man, it's not in the stores or anything. Who invented it? I need the ingredients. I want some of that jungle juice punch. But nonetheless, they're over there mad. And we're over here having a good time. Let's continue.
Finally, after 6 months of this administration, starting to see some of these deals come into shape. Japan
was last week, and now this EU deal, very significant as well, with 15% levies across the board. But look, the threat of those higher tariffs has worked in this case.
Worked. Can I work it? Let me work it. Put the thing down, something dirt. It's yours if it's yours if that's right. If you got a big bank account, let me search it. So now it looks like the tariffs have worked so far. So now, I'm pretty sure these folks are grudgingly reporting this. It's obvious that this is a very great deal for the president, and we have to cover it because
that's the lesson of tariffs. They don't work.
What do you think a deal like this means for tariff negotiations with other countries? Are they watching this and thinking, I better fall in line?
Yeah. I want y'all to say more about this wonderful deal. Even look at this guy. Look at this guy.
I, along with probably most people, were saying at the beginning, oh, by the 4th of July, somebody had to think how the country the economy was going to be tanked by then. And I was kind of like, well, that seems right to me.
So basically, you were one of the dummies, Bill Maher? You were one of the doomers and gloomers? As they go out there swearing up and down, the sky is falling. The sky is falling. Thank you very much. Yeah, that's what he was. He was a doomer and gloomer. Now, at what point were these folks learn? See, the problem with this, you'll recognize that you've been duped and then go right back to being duped. I'm saying, does that duping change your view, your worldview, your behavior? Does it change your opinion about who's feeding you all the dupe? There it is. So this guy was also fed some dupe.
But that didn't happen. Now, it could happen tomorrow. I'm just saying that's reality. So let's work first from the reality of that, not from I just hate Donald Trump. Because that's boring and doesn't get us anywhere and leads you to dishonesty.
Yeah, but it's greater than him. It's greater than him. I saw crying Chuck Schumer come out and try to downplay this deal. I mean, what else are they going to do? Congratulate Trump, say it was great. Now, if they were smart, they would. They would start to celebrate America's success, to at least convince or at least pretend to convince us that they actually are looking at things that are going to benefit our country and able to recognize it instead of reflexively hate against it and then look stupid trying to justify why it doesn't make sense and it's a bad thing. Where everybody else is going, this is obvious, just plain hatred. I mean, you can't objectively call this, a bad thing. Yeah, this is a good thing. Everybody knows it. But you guys, because you're not responsible for it and would have never done this. Never, ever, never, ever, never, never. Not one Democrat or Republican that I could think of that would have gotten there and said, this is what I'm about to do. I'm about to change the whole game up. Change the whole landscape up when it comes down to tariffs. Look, how about we utilize all the leverage that we've had for decades now to put us in a better position financially as a country? But you think the left would have done that? You think the Democrats would have done? Nope. They would have continued to allow everybody to take advantage of us while our citizens pay the price. The future of America is in jeopardy financially and economically while China takes over. I mean, they would have ran us straight into the toilet. But yet we got the boss right now making great deals, and they're talking about he's mentally declining, he's physically this and that, and Chuck Schumer, this is a bad deal. I'm saying, now you just sound like a hater. Now you sound like a hater. Donald Trump just cured cancer. He's putting all the radiologists out of business, and do you know what? What about all the cancer treatment medicine? All of that. They just look like full-blown haters.
Because the truth is, I don't know what his strategy is. But look, the stock market is at record highs. I know not everybody lives by the stock market, but I also drive around. I don't see a country in a depression at all. I see people out there just...
So what you're telling me, Bill Maher, is that you're able to see that you were living in the Matrix? There it is. That's what it is. And you're probably going to go right back into that Matrix. That's the bad part about it. Yeah, that's what it is. You're riding around, just like I used to tell people when it came down to COVID. That's right. The new COVID death toll is 1 billion and quadrillion zillion. Wait a minute. How'd that guy die? A motorcycle accident caused by COVID. Okay. What about this guy? The airplane crash caused by COVID. I see. But now you want me to get the shot, right? Yep, absolutely. This is the greatest pandemic, especially of the ones that didn't get the shot. See, it's the ones that didn't get the shot. Y'all the one. And I'm going, well, do I have to? I mean, I'm pretty sure my immunity is okay. But you know what? Look at all the deaths. Then I'll get in my car, ride up the street, go to Walmart. There's no bodies piled up on the side of the road like Walking Dead. Nope, none of that. Everybody's out. Going to Walmart. Folks are walking around, big mask on, shopping, fondling all the fruits and stuff. Nobody's dropping dead. No boils and stuff on folks. And out there, you got to go right now to get the... And I'm going, I don't know about that. If I watch TV, I would think I should be walking out into the Walking Dead. Folks coming up to my car like, all of that, like the Thriller. But I wasn't seeing it. But there were a lot of people in their head, that's what they were seeing. And I'm saying, so you're not able to operate in reality. You're not able to look around and say, what they're telling me does not fit what I'm seeing. So this guy right here is recognizing that in this application. That, yeah, I thought it was going to be bad because the Democrats were telling us doom and gloom. And yet I'm not able to see that.
Living their lives. And I would have thought, and I got to own it, that these tariffs were going to fucking sink this economy.
Sorry, I didn't catch that F-bomb.
By this time, and they didn't. So, you know, how do we deal with that fact? Because that's the...
Embrace it. That's how you deal with that. Embrace it, celebrate it, and don't knock it. Don't do what MSNBC and CNN and all the rest of them are doing, which is their whole goal and agenda is to make whatever Trump's doing look dangerous, look bad, look reckless. He's going to drag us all off the cliff. And we didn't go off the cliff? Now understand how many times they've cried wolf. Trump's going to take us into World War III. Trump's going to be a dictator on day one. He's going to be locking up all of the people who didn't vote for him. Trump's going to go ahead and destroy the economy. Trump's going to go ahead and he's never leaving office. Trump's going to... All of the crap that they have pushed out there to influence people like this. To dupe people like Bill Maher. Now, many people have sat back and said, wait a minute, what y'all said was happening or was going to happen never happened. I'm starting to feel like you're trying to manipulate me. You're dipping me. That's what you're doing. But there's a whole bunch of idiots still out there that no matter how great this turns out, our economy can flip. We can have a boom like never before, and you'll still hear people, Trump ruining the country, the racism, sexism, xenophobia, the oligarchy. How much are you making now? $200,000 a year. How much were you making before Trump came in and you got this fancy new job? Oh, I was making like $35,000. But the country's horrible, and it's that. Well, yeah, that's right, because of fascism and see. When you hear people say stuff like that and they're not able to see these wins, you just got to go, never mind. You're damaged goods. Yeah, your can is dented. You got botulism in that can. I'm sending that can back. Okay, let's continue.
A fact.
So let's close out. So while Trump is out there making all these wonderful deals, the Dems are out there wasting their time still. Y'all ready for this guy? He had his 15 seconds of fame. Now he's back. He wants another 15. See, it died down too quickly. So watch this idiot. Wasting their time. This is what they're doing. Wasting their political capital on this stuff. He's back, y'all.
So I'm here in front of the Federal Building in Baltimore.
Now you see the idiot? Right there. What are you doing there? That's the guy that went down there to hang out with Killer Garcia. Now he's at the Federal Building for what? What do you think's going on inside of the ICE building? This isn't a holding facility. This is their headquarters and stuff like that in Baltimore. He wants to go down there to do what? Virtue signal. That's what he wants to do. So you want to go down there and go into ICE, looking around, Federal Building, going into ICE to look around. All right, where's everybody? Y'all have meetings here? What do y'all talk about in your meetings? These people are pathetic. But yet, he's dying down off of his 15 seconds of stupidity. So he needs to go ahead and drum up another 15 seconds.
And we just tried to go up and visit one of the ICE facilities.
I hear you knocking, but you can't come in. I hear you knocking, but you can't come in. So that idiot's down there, knowing that ICE is going to say, what are you doing here? They should have that little slot thing that opens up like on the Wizard of Oz. Who is it? Dummy. Oh, we don't let dummies in here. Oh, well, I'm a dummy that's supposed to have oversight. Nope. Let's continue.
In this building that is used essentially to house people who have been taken out of their neighborhoods.
In that building right there? Or what are you talking about? The people who've been taken out of their neighborhood. What people? You see these dummies, they just get out here and they just say this stuff for propaganda and to manipulate people. So now, once again, he never qualified what people are being taken out of their neighborhoods. You knew you weren't going to get in there. You went down there so you can get rejected and pretend that they won't let me do oversight, so they must be doing evil things in there. Must be doing evil things in there because they won't let me go ahead and walk around with cameras, come out with lies and propaganda, talking about I was in there. They were having a secret meeting talking about how they were going to just eliminate all of the illegal immigrants through some hypnosis. And then they were, that's what he did. He'd have went in there and drummed up whatever kind of mess he would have come out and said, but he knew he wasn't going to get in there. So instead, he wanted to talk about, I've been rejected. I want to come out here and talk about ICE now and what they're doing to our precious illegal immigrants. Now, this fool right here is not telling you that these are people who are in the country legally. He wants folks to think, because he thinks we're stupid, that these ICE agents are going in there and just snatching up American citizens and disappearing. See, this is the deception of the Democrat Party, man. They are so deceptive. It's unbelievable.
That is used essentially to house people who have been taken out of their neighborhood.
Wait a minute, what was he talking about?
Go up and visit one of the ICE facilities in this building that is used essentially to...
ICE facilities in this building? No, what are you talking about? I'm not sure 100%. But I doubt if they are housing a bunch of illegal immigrants in the federal building. The ICE facility. That building didn't even look like it would hold criminals. I'm sure they take them somewhere else. This is probably where they operate out of. But not him. He wants us to think that there's a whole bunch of illegal immigrants somehow buried inside of that building.
Those people who have been taken out of their neighborhoods in Maryland.
Taken out of their neighborhoods in Maryland. Like Killer Garcia, the Maryland man.
We wanted to go see for ourselves because we've learned both through earlier visits by staff, but also through the testimony of people who've been here about the inhumane conditions.
Inhumane conditions. Does that building look like it housed a whole bunch of folks in there? What inhumane conditions is this fool talking about? I mean, these Democrats, man, I really want them to be exposed on a national level when it comes down to this. I want them to pay such a political price for this stupidity. If the folks in Baltimore is not able to see that this guy right here is more interested in everybody but us, the whole party interested in everybody but us, and yet we're supposed to vote for you so you can advocate for these illegal immigrants that shouldn't even be in the country. We just witnessed you waste a whole bunch of time flying down to El Salvador for nothing. Now you're back and you're going over to ICE, talking about some inhumane conditions. Yeah, go find me the American citizen that's being held in there.
The fact that we were locked out.
Good.
Really locked out.
Yo, see that? Bam, right in the face. And then you hear the... Here, let's hear it again. Let's hear it again. I like to hear the lock on this. See, the fact that we were locked out.
And the fact that we were locked out. Literally locked out.
Yeah, it's hilarious. That's what you were about to say? The fact that we were locked out, literally locked out. It's hilarious. That's what it is. You knew that's what was going to happen to your butt, but you wanted to get the photo shoot. If you didn't, why you bring the cameras? If you were all about business and you just wanted oversight, why go ahead and bring the cameras down and to document stuff? You wanted to document yourself getting that door slammed in your face So then you could turn around and say, they won't let me do oversight. They won't let me come in here and disrupt their everyday working the abilities, and they won't let me come in here and just go through all of their paperwork and all in the building looking around for stuff to make up. That's what they won't let me do.
Despite the welcome sign, shows that they don't want us to know. The Department of Homeland Security, Donald Trump, don't want the American people or the people of Maryland to know what is happening behind closed doors.
I mean, these people are so fake. So fake. They don't want us to know. They don't want us to Donald Trump and the Republic. This is all they got? You're telling me that y'all get dusted in the darn, what was it? The voting, whatever. I forget what the word I was looking for. But anyway, election. Y'all get dusted in the elections. And this is what you come back out with. You don't come back out with policies. You don't come back out with, some type of alternative to what Trump is doing, because really you don't. Y'all can't get better than what he's doing. That's the problem. If you come out with something alternative to his policies, it's going to look horrible in contrast. You're going to say, whoa, whoa, whoa. So Trump's policy is to shut down the border and have less immigrants coming across the border. And your policy is to what? Open up the border and have more. Trump's policy is to tighten up on our trade and have these tariffs put us in a great position. Your policy is what? To go ahead and let them continue to take advantage of us. I mean, that's what your policy. All of their policies will look stupid compared to his. So now what does he waste his capital on? The illegal immigrants that I'm lying about, talking about their citizens being snatched up. And Trump don't want us in this big building right here to see what they're doing and stuff like that. And I want my voters to jump on board with this and think this is an important issue for them. Here you are, Marylander, a real one, not the ones they're talking about, the Maryland man. You're a real American citizen, Maryland person, and yet you look at this and you go, whoa, 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 what this got to do with me? You're down here whining about what's going on in ICE and who they're arresting and deporting and stuff. What does that have to do with me? Nothing. That's what these Democrats are offering.
Finally, somebody did come out, person who's the acting director.
A black woman, y'all. Now look at that. See, he's going to have a hard time. Now, I'm glad they sent the black woman out because he's going to have a hard time saying that this white supremacist came out and the only people working here at ICE are all white supremacists because they're trying to make the country white again. Even though all of these minorities work for ICE, even though all of these Latinos work for ICE, but we don't want you to see these type of people because you might think that, wait a minute, how can this be all motivated by race and stuff? Are y'all lying to us, Democrats? Of course we are. Yeah, we want you to think they're trying to make the country white again. So this black lady came out. Let's see if he insults her.
I actually read to her what the law requires. The law is crystal clear that members of Congress, on behalf of their constituents, are allowed to go visit and look at these kind of holding facilities where people are being detained. And despite the clear meaning of this law, she was told by higher ups not to let us in.
Yeah, of course. You know why? Because you didn't make an appointment. Plus, we know what you really want to do. We know your true motive. You're not there to conduct oversight. No, you're there to wreak havoc and sow chaos and stuff like that. Yeah, just like when they went down to visit Alligator, Alcatraz, Debbie Schultz, and that other dude. You think they were going to come out fairly? You think they were going to come out there like, well, I mean, actually, the facility meets standards. And yeah, I mean, these people are only going to be here for a couple weeks. And, the bathrooms are clean. These are no different than any other shower in a locker room or whatever. You think they were going to come out and say that? You think they went all the way down there for true 100% oversight? Everything looks good here. All right, keep up the good work. No. They went down there to come out and make up stuff like they did. There's mosquitoes the size of the pterodactyls. They're down there just stealing them. They're swooping down, grabbing these illegal immigrants and flying off with them. I saw like 8 of them get snatched up, then eaten. They have to sleep with the alligators. That's what they were doing. Same thing with this guy. Their intentions are insincere. We already know why you're going there. You're not going there because you just want to make sure that ICE is handling business because you don't like the business that ICE is doing. I don't care how great these facilities are. You don't like their model, their whole purpose, because their whole purpose goes contrary to your whole purpose. Your purpose is to bring illegal immigrants in. Their purpose is to get them out. Right off rip, y'all are at odds. You're never going to find anything that ICE does as acceptable because your whole goal is to keep every illegal immigrant in the country. And their whole goal is to not. So you're diametrically opposite of each other. So let's go ahead and see how this all ends.
We are going to keep pushing. We're going to keep pushing for transparency because you need transparency in order to have accountability.
That's what he's interested in. They're going to keep pushing for transparency. They're pushing to try to stop ICE, make ICE look bad and stuff like that. What kind of transparency do you want? What type of transparency do you think would satisfy this human right here? Or any Democrat on this issue? Sir, come on in. Here is a log of every illegal immigrant that we apprehended. They all have deportation, papers, and they're all criminals, every one of them. Okay, here's where we're holding them. They get 3 meals a day. This is an air-conditioned facility, all right? Everything's perfect. It meets all the standards. Here's the standards, and we're all meeting them, okay? You think he go, thank you for clearing that up. I'm out of here. Nope. Well, wait a minute. Are they criminals? Did they get due process? How criminal are they? I mean, what kind of crimes did they commit? Did they jaywalk, or did they murder somebody? We need to know. We need to know. That's what this guy would do. So it doesn't matter what type of transparency you give this guy when you know his goal and agenda anyway is to destroy ICE. So we start with that as a premise. Therefore, we won't let this fool in there because we already know you're coming in here not to just, make sure everything's operating fine or whatever. No. Your whole purpose coming down there is to try to demonize ICE and make them look like they're mistreating these precious illegal immigrants that y'all love so much.
Bad things happen behind closed doors. We need to let the sunlight in, and we will keep at it.
You see that? Well, you just do that. Keep wasting your time chasing around ICE. Keep wasting your time trying to protect these illegal immigrants while Trump keeps winning. While Trump keeps knocking out great deals on the global stage, making sure that American manufacturing comes back, or if you don't bring it back, you're going to be paying some tariffs. We're going to get some money out of you one way or another. One way or another, I'm going to find you. I'm going to get you one way or another. Tariffs are going to find you one way or another. Y'all keep doing that, playing these stupid, silly games while we keep winning. Yep. And then when it's time for re-election and stuff, and all of y'all could say is that's nothing more than we hated Trump and loved illegal immigrants, and that was our motto. We are here to bring them back and make sure that they get a chance to stay here for what? I want all the voters to say, how does that benefit me? You guys talking about these illegal immigrants are your brothers, your sisters, your neighbors, your all of that mess. How does that benefit us as voters? Hopefully, their voters in their district will see that. That's what hopefully they'll see for what it is too, and won't get manipulated by them saying, these are people in our neighborhood just being snatched. Well, what kind of people? Huh? You mean Tom, who was born up the street at the hospital, they snatched him? That's what you're talking about? Surely you're not talking about all of my friends that I grew up with in school that we all are American citizens. I didn't see Frank, who lives next door to me, get snatched up. Or you're talking about Jose, who was out there cleaning the pool that shouldn't be in the country. That's what you're talking about? Okay. Difference. Why don't you go ahead and make that distinction? Oh, because you're trying to manipulate us and make us think that Trump and all of them are just snatching random Americans up and throwing them in a slammer. And we're coming here for oversight. That's all we're doing. Boy, they're so fake, and I have to expose them. That's what I do. That's what I do. That's the business I'm in. exposing these hypocrites, these fake behind politicians. So, yeah, man. So thank you for hanging out with me tonight. I messed around and got close to the time that I normally do my show. Ha ha ha. Yeah, buddy. And yeah, it looks like we actually went over 200 today. Isn't that awesome? It's crazy because you know how they are. Somebody asked about you know who, and he's right down there looking at me too. Now, I can't bring him up here. I can't do it. But I did get a call back from the groomer. So I missed the call though. They probably like, good. We don't want that guy to bring those two. Those two are rebel rousers. So thank you so much. People are saying it's a good show. Thank you. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna end up going down there personally tomorrow. I'm gonna go ahead and sabotage them. Boom, boom, boom. I know y'all in there. Get up. I see y'all hiding under the desk. The dogs are still in there. Don't try to act like you're not in there. All of them be hiding under the desk while the dogs are running around. I'll be like, I know you're in there. Why are there dogs in there? Shh, everybody stay still. Get up here. Come. Fluffy, come here. Yeah, so we'll see. All right, now, thanks for those who hung out with me tonight. Click that like button if you haven't already. Subscribe to the channel if you're not. Make sure you set your notifications to all. Check back to my channel periodically to make sure that you didn't miss something that YouTube didn't let you know about. Okay. Other than that, thanks to all those who gave me the super chat and those that want to support my channel through my Cash App or my PayPal link. You can do that as well. Links are below. And we will see y'all tomorrow in Kev's Corner. God bless y'all and God bless America. America.
This is awesome.
Yeah.